So I started reading the Advanced Bash Scripting Guide, and this is a little outdated, but I've heard this guide has some nice bits of information, so I want to find out for myself. I'm pretty sure there's something I can learn from it. Anyway, I came up to this exercise, and it's asking to write a script that upon invocation shows the time and date, list of logged in users, and gives the system uptime. The script then saves this information to a log file. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do this exercise and put it on YouTube just so that it might help someone that's just starting with bash scripting. If you're already familiar with the command line and writing your own scripts, this is probably not the video for you. This is a very basic introduction to bash scripting. Anyway, let's just jump into it. So I'm going to start writing the hashbang declaration, and pretty much whenever you write a bash script, you want to add this line at the beginning. It just tells the system what interpreter should be used to run the commands that are going to be on this file. In this case, we're going to use the bash executable to run these commands. The first thing we need to do is to show the time and date, and to do that I can just simply execute the date command, and then I also need to list all the logged in users. To do that I can use who, and who displays a list of users that are currently logged into the system. And then finally it's asking us to put the system uptime, and to do that I can just call the uptime command. Now if I go back to the command line and execute the script, and I can see this output, I get the date, and then I get a list of currently logged in users, and then I get the output of the uptime command. The second part of the exercise is asking us to save that information to a log file, and depending on your interpretation of what the exercise is asking you to do, there may be many ways to solve this. The first one is actually we don't even need to make any changes to our file, so we can just simply call it and then redirect the output to a log file. And now if I open up the log file, or rather print out the contents of the file, I can see that it has the date, and it has the list of users, and it also has the output of the uptime command. So that's the easiest way to accomplish that, the second part of the exercise. But you may also, interpret this as having to write to this log file from within the script. And if that's your interpretation, there is also an easy way to do it. You would just, within the script, redirect the output of the commands to the log file. Now, I'm going to do it like this first, but you're going to see that there is a problem with this. Let's run the script, and then just print the contents of the log file. And as you can see, we only have the last line, which is the output of the uptime command. And that is because this character, when it does a redirection, it also overrides the contents of the file. So first, we redirect the output of date and send that to log file. And then when we redirect the output of who, this character is going to override the contents that are already on the log file and just write the output of who. So now we're going to have only a single line. And then by the time we run uptime and redirect the output to the log file, that's going to override whatever was in the file before. So we end up with just that one single line. Now to fix this, what I can do is just add another one of these characters. And now when you put two of these together, instead of overriding, you're going to be appending to the file. So let's try that out. Now as you can see, we get the expected output, which is the date, and then the list of logged in users, and then we get the output of the uptime command. Now it's important to notice that when you run the command, you don't get any output. Just everything is redirected to the log file. And if you want to see what happened, you need to print the contents of the log file. But what if you wanted to execute this script, and then when you execute it, you want this information to be sent to the file, but you want it to be also displayed on the screen? So a very easy way to do that is to just, here within the script, you can just print the contents of the log file, and then when you execute the script, you get the output that you were expecting. And also, if we print the contents of the log file, you can see that the same information was stored in this file. So that's another way to solve this second part of the exercise. And there are many other ways you could solve it. For example, you could save the information into variables and then just output those variables and also send the content of those variables to the file. And there are probably dozens of other ways that you could go about solving this part of the exercise. And to be honest, there is not a single right answer. And a lot of it depends on your own interpretation of what the exercise is asking you to do. So if you come up with your own way to solve this exercise, feel free to share it with us in the comments, and I'll see you next time.